Hey, my loves. Welcome to my channel. If you're a new subscriber, welcome back. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome. So today is December 14th, 2019, and we are doing a daily vibration today. If you're listening via YouTube, welcome. If you're listening via the podcast, welcome. Thank you guys so much for taking the time out to listen to the daily vibration. So today we're vibrating on the number 2, okay? But I just have a little announcement before we jump into the breakdown of today. I am, my love, so super grateful and thankful for all of the love that I've been getting, not just here on YouTube, but also on my podcast. I noticed that the plays has went up on the podcast, so yay. Super excited about that. I will be adding some new topics next week to the podcast. I'm excited about that. Next, I also want to remind you guys that I do go live on Friday nights Eastern Standard Time at 8:30, so you guys can come on check us out live on YouTube on Fridays, where we jump into the queue and we answer questions. Okay, we have a lot of fun on Friday night, so you guys can come and join us. Now, if you're listening via the podcast, you can find me on YouTube at the number 4 Your Inner Voice. The same way the channel is on podcast is the same way it is spelled on YouTube, so you guys can come on and join us. Not to mention, when I started the channel, I told you guys in a previous video, I started out with 6 subscribers. Now we're up to over 3,100 subscribers. So when I checked it a few days ago, we were at 3,115. So that's 3,115 of you guys. And I'm super excited to say all of the slots for the celebration of the channel, I added 4 more dates in my calendar with 15 slots for appointments, and they're almost gone. So you guys, if you're interested, my loves, in an individual coaching session / intuitive reading with me, you guys can simply make a donation of $31.15 to my PayPal or my Cash App. Now, if you're tuning in via YouTube, you guys can find the links in the description box of how you can get my PayPal and Cash App information. Just make sure that you include celebration, so that way I know that's what you're making a donation for. Now, if you're tuning in via the podcast, you can definitely submit your payment to my your payment donation to my Cash App at $KIMOY106, or you can submit it to my PayPal at the number 4 Your Inner Voice at gmail.com, or one word, same way the channel is, the number 4 Your Inner Voice at gmail.com. Okay, now my lovelies, so today we are vibrating on the number 2, right? Now, you guys know when I start these videos, the one thing that I always like to emphasize is that intuitive energy is available to you all day, every day, okay? So this energy is available to you. Whether or not you want to partake in this energy and use this energy is really up to you, okay? But it's always available to you, right? Now, so the number 2 today, we're dealing with receptivity and love. So not only being able to give, but to receive love. And that's the main topic we're going to talk about today. Not only being able to give, but to receive love. Okay. So that's in the atmosphere today. You have partnerships and relationships in the atmosphere today. Your soul's mission or your purpose may become key for some of you today. Support energy or supportful energy or supportive energy is also in the atmosphere today. Insightful energy is also in the atmosphere today. Now, I wrote down caution in my notes because we're gonna combine caution with receptivity and love, because one of the things that we do as light beings, or just beings on this planet, this 3D dimension to begin with, is we don't take caution to us being emptied out by giving love and not being able to receive. So I'm cautioning you today that you should not only give love, but you should be in a receptive mode also to receive love. So we're going to get into that when we break down the placements of the 4 elements today. Now, on the lower vibrational end of the number 2 today, you do have insensitive energy, inflexible energy. You do have pessimistic energy in the atmosphere, unloving energy in the atmosphere, argumentative energy, as well as stagnation and fear of change or fear of making mistakes. So that's a lot of lower vibrational shit that we have going on in the atmosphere. Not to mention, we just came out of this full moon. Now, I'm going to circle back to the full moon. So let me just write that down, because, we've been talking about the moon, right? Energy this week, okay? So I want to circle back and just talk about the full moon. But I do want to let you guys know, right? if you're not careful, you can still partake with all of this lower vibrational energy if you're not mindful, okay? So today we're going to touch on two things as we're breaking down. We're going to touch on you being cautious, not to just give out love, but to be open to receive love. Now, one of the things that you got to be mindful of is that love sometimes may not come in the way that you think it should, okay? Love can come in with a smile. Love can come in with someone getting you a cup of coffee. Love can come in with a hug. Love can come in with a positive text message, or love can come in with an email, somebody thanking you for something kind that you did that you didn't even know you did. So love can come in so many different ways. You just have to be open to receive it, okay, when it comes in. So this is exactly why I keep saying lately, you meet no one but yourself, right? So if you are on your ascendant process, or you on your growth process, or you on your doing your work process, this phrase right here is going to become key, okay? You meet no one but yourself. Everyone is either an indicator of something you need to embrace and love on yourself, or be receptive of about yourself, right? Or they're an indication of what you need to release, give out, no longer hold on to, okay? So when you start to look at people's interactions and people's exchange with you as a give and take relationships, and as a reflection of you, what you need to embrace about yourself and what you need to release, sometimes people come in with their fuckery, right? And you can take that and make that totally negative, right? But because we on this channel are doing our work, and because you guys are learning how to become alchemists, when it comes to alchemy, you're supposed to take whatever comes at you, negative or positive, and make it work for your own greater good, right? So even if someone is coming to you with their fuckery, honey, you can take that and you can make that work for you, okay? You can take that and use it as a lesson for the next step, or you can take that and embrace something about yourself, which is a growth indicator. You know, maybe you don't curse people out as fast anymore, right? Maybe you're not as judgmental as you used to be before. Maybe you're not so quick to respond or to react. Now you sit back, you take the information in, and then you take action, okay? So just be mindful of how this energy can come in, okay? Now, I posted a couple of videos for the 1212 portal, and with the 1212 portal, we were talking about the full moon energy. And when I looked at my notes and I checked my phone, I noticed that the moon was going into Cancer at 6:20 p.m. on the 12th, right? Not taking into consideration that they, you know, like mainstream has already deemed, and mainstream astrology has already deemed that the full moon, you know, happened in Gemini at 12:12 a.m. on the 12th, right? Now, it's interesting because I go intuitively, and yes, Gemini, you know, we did have a full moon in Gemini, but I felt like this full moon was more emotional and dead smack. So now, and we're probably going to get into this in another video. Okay, so I do want to make a correction just for those of you that do follow mainstream astrology. I said in the videos that there was a full moon in Cancer, but the full moon took place in Gemini. However, intuitively speaking, I still feel like there was a lot of Cancer or Cancerian energy in that full moon portal. Okay, that's just that's just me energetically what I was picking up, okay? And I can attest to that because there was a lot of emotions that was going on within that full moon for me, and even some few triggers that I had to kind of pay attention to and make some changes and adjust, okay? Now, Gemini energy is all about thinking. It's all about you being able to place everything logically where they need to go, right? So that is good supportive energy to come in. Cancer energy, and you guys know how I feel about this particular energy, is all about how you feel. Now, you know, the feeling is what gets the manifestation in this third dimensional realm, okay? Now, with that being said, let's take a look at our placements today. Okay, so if you're tuning in via the podcast, I have already pre-pulled the cards because I don't want to do all of that shuffling, and you guys know I do record for the podcast and for the YouTube channel when I'm doing the dailies. Okay, so with that being said, we're going to start off with my fire signs because it is Sagittarius season, and with the fire signs, you guys have eclipse energy in Libra, okay? And this is all about rebalancing, all right? Now, anyone that's interested in the zodiac deck that I'm pulling from today, you guys, it is the zodiac reading deck by Patsy Bennett, and you can find her in Amazon because this is what I got these reading cards from, okay? So My wonderful fire signs. Now, you guys know I've been explaining to you energetically how fire sign moves. So for my fire signs, I'm talking to my Sagittarius, my Leos, and my Aries. Your fire sign energetic pattern is intuitive energy, but it's also fire energy, okay? And fire signs are responsible for taking action. So as far as we're concerned, whenever we reference fire signs in this 4 elements, okay, that we're taking a look at, fire signs represents taking action, okay? And for my wonderful fire signs today, we have the eclipse in Libra, which is all about rebalancing things. Now, let me explain something to you about eclipse energy. When eclipse energy comes in, that's signifying change. And sometimes this change can happen over a period of time, or it can happen immediately, okay? With Libra energy, Libra's energetic pattern is all about balance, my wonderful fire sign. So because Libra's energy is showing up, it is saying that you will need to rebalance things, especially when it comes to your relationships, okay, before taking action. So this is where you don't want to be an emotional puppet. This is where you want to take caution and be receptive to love. And we're not just even talking about external love. This could be even loving self, okay, and loving the fact that you trust your own judgment, all right? So, my wonderful fire signs, today it's all about rebalancing, okay? It's all about you reevaluating your relationships and kind of seeing what's fair and what's just, okay? Have I been, what's the word? Have I been, there's the word at the tip of my tongue. Have I been in the proper place where I am judging my relationships fairly? And when I say judge, okay, when I say judging your relationships fairly, this is what I mean, my wonderful fire signs, okay? Do you give more than you get back in your relationship? Or you take in more than you're giving in your relationship? Is the relationship of equal value? Okay. Is this relationship beneficial to your growth in your spiritual walk? Is this relationship even beneficial to your health? And I'm talking about this could be mental health, physical health, or emotional health. Okay? So think about these things today, my wonderful fire signs, when you are taking action. Before you take action, bring yourself back to a center and rebalance internally, and just take a look at your relationships and see, are you being just to the people that you're interacting with, or are they being just to you? Okay? Now, my wonderful water signs, you guys have the eclipse in Leo energy today, which is all about compassion. Once again, eclipse energy, my love. Eclipse energy has to do with changes taking place. And with this Leo energy, this is all about you shining bright like the star you are. And can I explain something to you? We got into this on the live tonight. Okay, the topic of last night's live was Hazel and Gargamels, okay? Because I had a encounter with someone on my channel that left a message that I felt was yeah, I felt like, I don't want to say inappropriate because everybody has their own opinions, but this is how I felt. I felt like, don't come for me because you don't know my walk. You don't know where I've been. You don't know what I do. You don't know, you don't know who I fucks with, okay? Spiritually, you don't know what's going on behind the scenes spiritually, honey. So don't come for me. You don't know who I'm working with spiritually, okay? And I'm not even talking about shit happening on this third dimensional realm. You do not know the order of things that I interact with on the spiritual level. This right here is not a game for me, okay? My spiritual walk and my spiritual journey, it's not a game for me. So please, we talked about that last night on the live. Don't come for me. Don't come for me. Don't come for my family. Don't come for the people I know, because we are protected beyond your natural eyes. Just best believe that, okay? Now, with that being said, my wonderful water signs, we have, and water signs, I'm talking to my Cancers, I'm talking to my Scorpios, and I'm talking to my Pisces, okay? This is a season for us to be able to trust ourselves, and because we're water signs, sometimes compassion does not always mean being an enabler and saying yes. Sometimes compassion doesn't always mean patting someone on the back. Sometimes compassion doesn't always mean being supportive to someone when you know they're dealing in fuckery. I'm just saying, okay, sometimes compassion is you standing in your truth and shining brightly, right, like the star that you are, okay? So be mindful of that, my wonderful water signs, okay? So, my wonderful, wonderful air signs. You guys had this card yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. You had the moon in Gemini. With the moon energy, we're talking about emotions here, my wonderful air signs. So, I'm talking to my Geminis, I'm talking to my Libras, and I am talking to my Aquarius, okay? Now, let me just say to you right now, okay? It seems like you guys have a lot of things going on in your head. Maybe some indecisions is back again today, my wonderful air signs. Should I stay? Should I go? Let's just reevaluate what we have on the board so far. Fire element is telling you that you need to go ahead and reevaluate your relationships, okay? Is it just fear relationships, or are they one-sided relationships? Okay, water sign energy is telling you that you need to operate like the star that you are and shine brightly. Now, water sign has to do with your emotions. Fire sign has to do with you taking action. So pay attention to your relationships today before you take action or before you make the decisions that you need to make today, because your energy air signs is you're still indecisive about maybe some things that you need to do, or some changes that you need to make, or some people that you need to shut down, or some people you need to get out your life, or some people you need to embrace, right? Wherever it fits, right? Just reevaluate the relationships before taking action today. Check your feelings today to make sure that you're operating in compassion, but make sure you're operating in compassion of yourself first, okay? Now, earth signs, y'all know I love my earth signs. So I'm talking to my Capricorns, I'm talking to my Virgos, and I'm talking to my Taurus, okay? Today you guys have eclipse energy in Virgo, and this is all about reorganization. This is about you taking charge and prioritizing what is important to you. Now, all four elements on the board. This is the one thing I can say about my wonderful earth signs. This right here should not be a problem for y'all today, okay? Because I kind of feel like earth signs are rocking like that right about now. If you are not important to what's fitting to happen in my life, or in my money, or in my finances, you know, we not fitting to fuck with nobody that's, you know, not on their priority. You just want to come at me for what I'm doing, but you coming at me and you not doing anything. So earth signs is, they're not really trying to hear that at this point. Earth signs are more like, show me action. Show me action, okay? Because you have the Capricorn saying, I'm resourceful, so what you bringing to the table? You got the Virgo saying, I don't analyze this, and I don't know if this relationship is one-sided, right? Then you got your Taurus saying, I have all of this, but what do you have? Okay, so my wonderful earth signs, you're reevaluating your relationships today, your partnerships. You're allowing yourself to shine brightly like the star that you are emotionally, right? As far as the indecisions are concerned with this thinking, your air energy, my wonderful earth signs, that's just because you need to reorganize things, okay? Now, I want to recap. So just in total, everyone knows, regardless of what sign you are, right? This week we talked about moon energy. We talked about moon energy being aka your emotional body, aka your shadow side. We talked about your shadow side is where your pain lives, where your rejection lives, where your insecurity lives, but it's also where the secrets live, okay? Out of darkness comes light. So when you step into the darkness, my lovely, don't you flick on the light switch for the light to come on? You are the light. So if you're stepping into your darkness, are you not stepping into light? So with that being said, okay, for all 12 signs, it doesn't matter what elements you're in, whether it's air, fire, earth, or water, it doesn't matter. This is how this is going to go down in your life today. We're going to recap, okay? Regardless of where you are today. All right. Let's start off with taking action today. Before you take action today, and action represents fire energy. Okay. Before you take action today, you need to reevaluate your relationships and make sure that thing is on the up and up and it's not one-sided. Okay. When it comes to your emotions today, you need to check in with your emotions to make sure you're compromising. Yeah. And you're being compassionate. Yeah. But not to the detriment of your own emotional well-being. Okay. So today, shine bright like the star you are, because the hazels and the gargamels and the energy vampires and the narcissists, they're out. Okay, so please believe that. All right, T? Now, my wonderful, wonderful I want to say air signs. This is going to be important for you, air signs, because you guys are the one that is maybe sitting in this indecisive energy today. So before you take action today, my wonderful air signs, it's going to be very important for you to reorganize and prioritize and come with some compassion. Tap into yourself today, air signs. Okay. Now, overall, all 12 signs, you have the power to be and operate in your truth. Now, it is up to you whether or not you're going to allow someone else to diminish your shine and to diminish your truth and to diminish your worth, okay? With that being said, recapping today, okay? We're vibrating on the number 2. What I do want to leave you with is intuitive energy is always in air, okay? Your choice whether or not you're going to tap into that, as well as I would like you guys to be receptive to the love today. It's not just about giving love. You got to be open to receive love today, okay? So walk with caution about that today. Make sure that you're not shutting yourself down from love coming in today. Like I said, it can come in from a smile, a cup of coffee, a thank you, you know, someone letting you go in traffic. Like however love wants to come in today, allow it to come in and allow it to add to your blissful day, okay? With that being said, my loves, you guys know I love you. Don't forget, we go live on Fridays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube, so you guys can tune in, okay? You can find me on YouTube at the number 4, Your Inner Voice, and you guys can also find me on podcast streamings if you're watching via YouTube. All the links will be in the description box. If you're tuning in via podcast, I am pretty much on all major streaming podcast apps, so you guys can find me there. I want you guys to be kind to yourself. Do something kind for yourself. Honor yourself, okay? And I will see you guys in the next dailies tomorrow, okay?